back to the Daily Grind. Thanks for checking out the channel. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back pickle biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full time.
MMA.
And what in the Django Unchained Mandingo madness do we got a brewing in the UFC heavyweight division? Holy smokes, Derrick Lewis is muscle shaming Francis Ngannou. I fucking love Derrick Lewis. Yo, on that fucking podcast, that most recent one, the 4,000 Q&A, when they asked my 3 favorite fighters, man, Derrick Lewis, he's one of the ones that's up there, like right outside the top 3 that I named, Anderson Silva, Daniel Cormier, and the other one that I named. Derrick Lewis is right up there too, man. I also told you guys go listen to Ali Abdelaziz's interview on the MMA Hour this Monday. Go listen to Derrick Lewis. It's nothing but gold, bro. Derrick Lewis is one of the best trolls in the UFC, let alone heavyweight division. This is just part of what he had to say. He was talking about how he knew what Stipe was going to do to Francis. He's got too much muscle. He was going to go in there and gas out. He said even in his next fight, it's going to be the same thing unless he loses a lot of that muscle. He's got to have a body like me to really survive in there. I've had an interest in fighting Francis. My coach just believes that I would really destroy Francis. My coach don't like Francis at all either. I believe that I'm better than Francis all the way around. Striking, grappling, ground game, submission, whatever. I believe I've got better conditioning than him. I'm better disciplined. I listen to my coaches. I really believe I could beat this guy. Yo, fucking Derrick Lewis. I love this guy. This would be a great fight, that Mandingo madness shit. I know that's going to piss a lot of you off, but it's a fucking joke. And I wouldn't even know about that shit if somebody didn't make that Django movie, which was one of my favorite movies of all time, just because I was like pleasantly upset. What was the that was the word I used. I was pleasantly offended by Django Unchained. Hell of a movie. No, okay, all those jokes aside though, I felt like I had to explain that for you, sensitive beta trolls out there. Now, with that being said, Derrick Lewis versus Francis Ngannou is a very realistic matchup now that Francis Ngannou was exposed by Stipe Miocic, some people would say. I don't know if that's the case. Yeah, we do need to see Francis Ngannou's cardio to improve for a championship fight. But you have to keep in mind, a lot of these heavyweight fights and most of the fights in the UFC that are not main events or title fights are 3-round fights. If Francis Ngannou is more efficient with his energy, as Conor McGregor would say, then he can last 3 rounds. He's just got to spread his energy out and maybe like a Tyron Woodley, don't go crazy in the first round trying to knock the guy out, which is what he was doing in the first round versus Stipe Miocic. Francis Ngannou was landing some big shots. The first round might have honestly went. I mean, if you go back and watch the fight, Francis Ngannou had a better first round than you would think after you watch the entirety of the fight and Stipe controls him for like the next 20 minutes. But that first round, Francis Ngannou was landing some big shots and using a lot of his energy, being inefficient with his energy, as the champ would say. So now, a 3-round fight, being more efficient with his energy, Francis Ngannou still taking off the heads of most heavyweights in the UFC as he was doing before the Stipe Miocic hiccup. Stipe Miocic is the greatest heavyweight of all time, and Francis Ngannou's a guy that just started training MMA 5 to 6 years ago. So he's got a lot of room to grow. You know what I'm saying? People talk about Francis Ngannou's grappling. He's got wins by submission. He's not a fucking donk in there. And not to mention, he didn't get finished in that fight. So with that being said, Derrick Lewis is trolling him after his loss, kicking him while he's down. But keep in mind, Derrick Lewis gets kicked when he's down all the time. But that's what comes in the, when you're a troll. Yeah, you talk shit and people talk shit on you. But, as long as you're willing to take it and dish it out, I ain't mad at it. I think it's super funny and super entertaining. And I suggest you go watch the full interview with Derrick Lewis, because this is just a fucking portion. And I thought it was funny that calling it, I thought it was funny that the headline said he was body shaming Francis Ngannou, and then I thought of the fucking muscle shame. I thought I had to throw that on y'all one time. So yeah, Derrick Lewis is muscle shaming Francis Ngannou. It is what it is, man. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments. And oh, by the way, if you're just some complete rookie and you don't know anything about Derrick Lewis, he has like the physique of a Roy Nelson or a Mark Hunt. So when he says you have to have a body like me to really survive in there, that shit is fucking epic. So it's fucking hilarious. So with that being said, now I'm out. Oh, and P.S. I know there's probably still going to be people pissed off about the intro. I'm half black, by the way, just in case you didn't know. Oh yeah, my race from here on out is about to be mysterious. I'll let y'all know that in the podcast too. But yeah, I'm half black and I'm half mysterious. Ooh, alright man, I'm fucking out. It was a joke, you fucking sensitive troll.
Bow, bow, bow.
la la la. It's the motherfucking D-O double G.